Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How are you today?
Hey, I'm doing great. How about yourself?
After Prison Show Joe, I can't tell you how much of an honor it is to be on your channel, sir.
Well, it's an absolute honor to get a chance to speak with you as well. I apologize for the technical difficulties we were having trying to get this to take place.
Them technical difficulties. Are you serious? It's an honor to meet with me. Who the am I? You're After Prison Show Joe. Who the am I?
Well, you're a guest. You're a guest now, so that's a cool thing. And you know what? It is an honor. I got away from doing the interviews, and I don't know. I just really got away from doing that. So this is the first one that I'm doing in a long time. So it's an honor, and glad to have you as a part of this.
You ever seen one of these? You ever seen one of these before, Joe?
Yeah. Actually, no, I haven't. What is that? That's a. Of course, I've seen one of those. That's the brown beauty right there.
What about for the juveniles?
Man, you got a collection.
Bro, I have more prison memorabilia than in a jail.
Okay, so look, do me a favor, please.
Yes, sir.
Because I am going to be trying to put this on YouTube. Try not to cuss so much. I don't care if you cuss a little bit, but try not to cuss so much because YouTube, they act funny about the cussing a lot.
I'm sorry, sir. I understand that you're trying to be monetized.
You damn right I am. And look, hey, you can stop with the sir. I ain't the police, so I ain't nobody.
Ain't that a fact? Ain't that a fact? That's what we call that too. Yeah, that's the fact.
All right, so look, man. Let's get into this a little bit because people are going to be seeing this and they're going to be like, what the hell is this? Who is Joe talking with here? Let me set the tone a little bit with this. What the hell? What's that in your mouth? Is that a roll up?
Yes, sir. It's a rolling.
There you go, man. Look, you had reached out to me on the After Prison Facebook page. There's an After Prison Show fan page, and then there's a bigger page, the After Prison page. Where I get a lot of messages there. Some people might tell me to go F myself. Other people might be sharing something with me. And you were one of the folks who were sharing something with me. You reach out to me.
No idea how hard it was to track you down, bro, to get a hold of you. I've been trying to get a hold of you for probably 2 years.
Well, I do apologize. I don't get a chance to check those messages as much as I probably should. I'm a one-man band at this point. Back in the day, you know, when I had help, when I had Cody, it definitely was a lot easier.
Cody, with the auto-tune?
Shout out to my boy Cody. Cody with the auto tunes.
Yeah, that's a fact.
It was a lot easier to check messages. So it was just recently where I'm checking these messages. I run across a message from somebody named Double Man. I'm like, who the hell is this? This is you. Oh wow, you got it tattooed right there on the knuckles. And to get it to fit, you actually had to put 2 letters on one knuckle.
That's right. My apprentice did that.
You reach out to me and you share with me a story. It's a pretty interesting story. I think it's one that people are going to find some entertainment in at the very least.
So did I until I hit you up.
You're a guy that got locked up for stealing from the jail. You would imagine there's people who are actually trying to get things into the jail. You were trying to get things out of the jail, and it was those right there. You got locked up for stealing.
No, it wasn't that. It was actually one of these, but not this color. What does
NCCF stand for? What correctional facility?
Niagara County Correctional Facility. Niagara County Correctional Facility.
So you get locked up for stealing jumpsuits out of a jail. I read the story. It made the news. The story basically goes, you're walking down the street wearing one of these jumpsuits. A police officer drives by you, probably thinks that you're an escaped inmate.
That's the fact.
Pulls up. They say that you ran, and then you would end up getting caught with this jumpsuit and getting arrested for that.
You best believe I ran. Wouldn't you?
Well, I don't think I'd be walking down the street. You're a braver one than me to be walking down the street wearing this jumpsuit to start. But talk to me about that.
With it.
You went to church with it?
Bro. I went to church with it, yeah.
How did that?
Church with it.
How'd that go? How'd that go over?
Nobody wanted to give me a ride home.
They probably called the police on you.
Maybe. I'll tell you what, 15 people called the police.
Now, there could be some things to be said about this. Maybe you didn't have any clothes at all. Maybe you didn't have shit at all except for this jumpsuit that you're getting out of. What was the reason behind you walking down the street with a freaking jail jumpsuit on?
Want to be honest?
Yeah, for sure. I don't want you to lie to me.
I was high on drugs. But at that point, that's where I was in my life.
I don't want to laugh at that. That's a fucked up thing to be laughing at.
Yeah, well, I did, so you can.
You're smoking a J, so you're smoking a J, so you got every right to be laughing right now. But let's talk about that. If drugs were a part of your story, what drugs?
I was a heroin addict for 16 years. I was a crackhead for a year and a half. I used every other drug under the sun. You name any one, I did it, and I did it for a long period of time.
So basically what you're saying is you just weren't in your right frame of mind, obviously, which led to you walking down the street.
No, I'm fucking crazy to begin with.
I don't get that sense from you. I'm fucking kidding saying that, but
you curse too. I seem like a very level-headed type of individual, but however, I'm kind of out of it. You know, everybody say I'm shot. Honestly,
they say you're shot.
Yeah,
you're burnt the fuck out. But
that's a fact.
And forgive me for cussing. I shouldn't be cussing because I'm not trying to have a lot of curse words in this. I don't say that. I don't say that to like make fun of you or anything like that. You know, you probably have gone through a lot of things in your life, addiction being a big part of that, that's led to, you know, your demeanor at this point.
Maybe. Actually, maybe. You know, you're a very smart guy. Maybe. I mean, I think it has to do with my upbringing. A lot of things that have to do with that to begin with. You know, the hand is faster than the eye could chase it.
Oh, that's interesting right there.
Isn't it, though?
I mean, it's also interesting that tattoo stayed in your hand. Hand tattoos are not easy to get that ink to stay.
They told me it would fall out. They told me it would fade away. I've had this 15 years, my man.
So again, what does that symbolize?
The hand is faster than the eye could chase it.
Is that a reference to fighting? Is that a reference to stealing? Like, what does that represent for you?
The second one.
To stealing?
Something like that. Could be fighting. You know, I never thought about it like that. Honestly, yeah, I like your point of view. I've been watching you since day one, man.
I appreciate that. Look, just because of what you've been through doesn't mean that that's going to define you in your life. Where are you at in your life right now? Are you doing better? Or are you still struggling with addiction?
No, sir. I just did 28 months. I haven't used in 35 months.
Man, good for you.
Thank you, my brother.
Good for you. Are you working? Are you trying to get your life back together? What are you doing?
Well, I actually just got fired from my first actual legitimate job on the books as a debt collector. My name is Ronnie Chase, the one and only double man, Ronnie Chase. However, on the phone, I just said, this is a very important message for Joe Guerrero. My name is Brian King from Capital Link Management, and my office is currently seeking to obtain location information for you, Joe Guerrero, in order to send you a legally required notice. So if you would, please call me back at 716-306-2604. That number again is 716-306-2604. You have now been notified. People like us don't care.
Well,
people who ain't been in trouble before, they get scared when they hear that legally required notice. You've not been notified. They get scared.
Yeah. So you were basically doing a telemarketing, so to speak, or just doing a call service.
Collection, not telemarketing. I'm not calling you trying to sell you something.
Right.
I'm calling you trying to get the money that you owe me.
Right. You got fired from that. Why'd you get fired?
They said that I couldn't keep the numbers up, but
it was a quota type of deal.
Yes, sir. But I told him, I said, you know what? I said, because my manager had my dialer turned off. So I couldn't pick, when I leave that number, when people call, I couldn't pick up the phone ever. Now, if I could actually talk to a real person, not just leave a message or maybe get someone here or there, I guarantee you I could have kept their numbers up. And the boss said, you know, I have no doubt in my mind that's true, Mr. Chase. And you know what? Go around, get some debt collecting experience. Come back in a month and a half. We'll hire you again. But also, my manager also had my calls forwarded to his phone, so he was stealing from me.
Forgive me for this. I'm trying to split this screen right here. Multiple participants can share. one participant can share at a time. I have no idea.
No reason to forgive you. You're the man. Ain't no reason to forgive you. You
Uh,
really are the man, Joe.
Well, I
You really
appreciate that, man.
inspired me. I'm in New York, in Virginia. And it really inspired me in my life to do better and do the right thing, get a job, do right. That's why I got a legitimate job. Seeing Joe works and Joe does this and that, and it's made me think, maybe I could do that too, because I'm not used to doing a legitimate thing, and I'll tell you that.
No, and I get it, and I used to be the same exact way, and I'm humbled to hear that I've inspired you to do that. And just because you've been fired from this job doesn't mean that you can't go find another job. Don't let this be that one thing that's, sort of causes you to stumble and say, screw it. Don't nobody want to give me a chance. Look, it's one job. That's not going to be your career. That's not going to be your defining thing. That's going to be the step that you take to the next step. So what are you going to do now? Let me ask you that. What do you got your eyes set on right now in terms of employment? Where are you going next?
Well, I got an opportunity from a guy at church. He's giving me a job, which is I'll be cooking and shit like that. In about 3 hours, I'll go take that interview and I'll do that. And I'll take that job and I'll take that money. So I don't got to risk my freedom to make that money, because I'm used to risking my freedom to take that money. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm glad to hear that. And I hope that interview goes well for you. Like you mentioned, you're in New York. I'm in Virginia. What were they paying you at the call center? I'm very curious to know what you were starting out making there.
$14 an hour, but this one's 16. The new one I got.
That's insane. The cost of living in New York is so much higher than here in Virginia. I mean, that's just, what is that? What is your minimum wage up there?
14 and a half. But I'll tell you what, you're thinking about a different part of New York. You're thinking about NYNY, where it's the cost of living, like you said, is very expensive. You can't own a house, you can't even rent an apartment. You live in a tenement, and parking is like $90 an hour and stuff like that. Forgive me for not cursing so much.
No, go ahead. I'm glad that you're not. Thank you. So
Yes,
the part of New York that you live in, it's not that expensive to live there, or not as expensive.
Oh,
Buffalo.
I'm from Black Rock, born and bred.
Yeah, sorry to see y'all's team lost last night. I was definitely rooting for y'all, man. That was
did they?
Yeah, that was insane. They almost won, but overtime they lost.
If I was locked up, I'd have been playing the squares. I knew that, but I'm on the streets. I may have blacked out, drunk, and not remember any of what you're saying.
Yeah, that's not that great. Let's get to the.
I don't use anymore. That's what I do. I hit K2 and I drink. That's what I do.
Oh, what the hell is K2? I thought you were just talking about some weed.
I picked that up in jail.
So the K2, that's like a spice, isn't it?
Spice. Katie.
Oh, wow.
Katie Tunchi.
That's what that is right there?
No, this is marijuana, but which is legal in New York. But I usually smoke K2 because I like that. It's more powerful than marijuana. It feels different. Marijuana gives me anxiety. And actually, I shouldn't be doing this talking to you, because honestly, you're like someone that I look up to. So it's not like that. I want to start my own prison YouTube.
There you go. At first I used to be really against that. I'd be like, don't do that. You're copying me. Well, now everybody's copied me, so I just accept it for what it is. But yeah, man, who knows? Maybe there's something that you could be sharing with people. I don't know you well enough to really know, but we're going to get to some more things about you. Let's go ahead and get to that.
Can I ask you something real quick?
Go ahead.
Death I Bring, Josh from Lockdown 23 and 1 said he don't want to show the dark part of jail. Is that why you don't teach people how to light joints with batteries?
No, and I respect that. I respect him for saying that as well. And yeah, I don't want to be promoting. I don't know. Back in the day, I mean, of course, I showed how to light things, but yeah, I'm not going to be showing like how to light a joint. Of course, people are going to be doing that.
I never seen that. I never seen you light something with batteries. I thought that was out of your realm. I didn't know that.
I think I did do that. I did it in a video about like prison inventions or some shit like that. It was a long time ago. I did the surge protector, popping the socket. I did a couple of different things like that.
We call that riding the third rail. But yeah, I couldn't do that at my mama's house. Okay? I did it though in the box before.
Look, You get locked up for stealing jumpsuits out of a jail. This makes the news. Nobody's doing this. Like, why in the hell were you stealing the jumpsuits? What they said in the news, they said you needed these jumpsuits for a rap music video.
You notice they called me a rapper too. They cemented that forever.
Are you a rapper?
Yeah. Well, you may call it a rapper. What I call that an MC.
So Double Man is your MC name.
Yes, sir. You could call it a rap name. I mean, you know, I just call it an MC because I feel as if I'm a wordsmith and I'm a god of this art.
Well, of course, I'm going to ask you to spit something. I mean, but before doing so, do you have any music on the internet? Like you mentioned, doing a YouTube channel. I mean, maybe you should focus on trying to get your music out there.
I've been doing that for 24 years. I've been rhyming. I got a SoundCloud. I could send you a link. I could do whatever.
Yeah, I'll put that in here. If people want to check out more on you, I'll definitely include that with this video. I got no issue doing that at all. You said you've been doing this for 24 years. How old are you? You're 24?
I'm 30.
So you've been rapping since you were 6?
Yes, sir. See, I'll tell you what, Buffalo's a real bad place, all right? It's a ghetto. I used to get beat up on a school bus every day. Just as you know, in prison, white boy is the most criticized thing you could possibly be, all right?
Yeah.
Well, it was like that on the streets, too. And I took Will Smith's Getting Jiggy with It when I was 16. I took everything he said and I wrote it down. And then I took his verse and I flipped it around. So my verse rhymes with his verse. And see, the thing is, that's a lyrical game that I play, that we play. I like to take people's shit and flip it around because then that shows that I'm as dope as them. But however, I'm not stealing from them. My rhyme rhymes with their rhyme. I'm just using different rhyme words that are close, you know, that rhyme with his.
You know, I do music too. I dabble with music. I've rewritten a couple of songs and a lot of them I've done being funny. But, you know, one song that I remember was the Eminem Stand song. I said, you know, I don't know why I write you because you never write me back. I tried to call you, but the number's blocked. What's up with that?
Oh, you're talking about in jail.
Yeah. Lately, I've been stressing and having panic attacks. I just want to know how you're doing. Is that too much to ask? No. So
very respect.
Spit something for me. Show me, give me the jiggy with it. Give me the Will Smith getting jiggy with it.
Ramen soup. Okay. They wanted to see me fall, but I always just stood tall. The type to grandstand on 20 and fight them all, whether we're at the top of it all, when the cops get called, or at the holding center in the box on golf, Rob. Peter PayPal will stall and rob them all with my fists or with the Glock, with the monkey balls, running from the law, dime rocks in my jaw, stuck with a syringe and I'll stick you because it is dull. Quick to pistol whip you and hit you, it's my fault. Quick to get the bleach, the quickness and pine saw. As lonely at the top, you'll come up for you might fall. Knock you out your shoes by the white to your eyeballs. From plates of broken dreams and backyard brawls. Ain't no rat-a-tat-a-tat-a telling hell no. The land of grands and blacks and halves and teeners, 8 balls. I'll pack your whole apartment in my U-Haul.
Not bad. Not bad.
Thank you. That means a lot.
You mentioned that you've got stuff on SoundCloud. I definitely like to be able to link that. There's going to be people who see this video who probably say, oh, that's not that good, or this guy, he's freaking crazy or whatever.
I promise you, nobody says it ain't that good.
You say what?
You ain't nobody gonna talk shit. I don't care what type of trolls and haters you got in the comments, they still won't talk bad about my music. Even though that music on SoundCloud's from a decade ago, bro.
Well, I'm not, you know, I'm going to check it out. I definitely want to see what it's about. But I can guarantee you, yes, absolutely. There will be people who will talk shit about you because that's just what they do. I share that with you, you know, because don't let that discourage you. Here you are, you're sharing an experience that you went through, which, you know, the premise of me doing this interview with you is simply, here's a guy who made the news for stealing jumpsuits out of a jail. Not only that.
Reagan 103.3.3.
And what? Oh, you were on the radio station. Yeah.
So they brought it, they said it out loud.
Do you think that they were making fun of you saying that? Like, you know, stupid news, or here's some, you know, crazy criminal who did.
They were basically that. but also they were like, oh my God, this guy's got some balls, basically.
Look, you're sitting here trying to get your life back together. You were working at a call center. That didn't work out. You got this interview today, and I really hope that that works out for you. Let's get back to the music video. Was there a music video? Is there a music video that exists with you wearing those jumpsuits?
I never edited it all and put it together, but because I was scared, because I went to jail for criminal possession and stolen property in the 5th for owning it. But I'll tell you what, I sat for 15 days and I beat that charge because the arresting officer he was old, and he told the cop, well, I seen him walking down the street wearing a jumpsuit that said Niagara County Jail. It said Niagara County Correctional Facility on it. So I claimed that he was senile and that this was all not right because he's senile and don't say what he said in the report. I fight cases on the inside. That's what I do. I go to jail, I fight cases. And I'll beat your case too for a couple soups. But anyway.
You can't beat that deal.
Anything put soups in the bin, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That's right. So I told him, I go, that cop was absolutely senile who wrote this. As you can see, Exhibit A, it says NCCF on it, not Niagara County Jail. I got ones that say Niagara County Jail on them as well. However, that one did not. See the candy cane I keep showing you? This means pod 4. This means you're a runner. You're a worker. You work in a kitchen, whatever. Now, what's this? The sweater? Okay. This is the sweater they give you because they banned hoodies from the people getting cut. Ain't got no markings on it. This right here, this is the hoodie. It's got the markings on it from back then. Just gave my niece one for Christmas, and I got 4 of them. Also, then we got County Blue. Blue means you're staying. Yeah, blue means you're staying. You can't exactly see Niagara County Jail, but you can probably see it on the leg. You can always see
I saw it.
Okay. So then I got, let's see. That said Niagara County Jail on it. Like the cop said that they caught me. But like I said, I told them that he was senile. So what they ended up doing was they made him retire, and I beat my case. I went home. This one says NCCF. It's County Blue, a whole different joint. Let's see. We got where's the orange? Oh, orange. Now let me tell you this: you'll never see an orange like this that's this crisp, where you can see the letters that nice. This is the orange. Orange means ready for court. Yeah, I got probably 15, 16, 17 different jumpsuits that I acquired from a yard sale or something. But going back to jail. I definitely been through a lot with them. As you can see, I don't even got no glasses. I sit here wearing my Jeffrey Dahmers. I got state issued.
Oh, those are state issue glasses right there?
Oh yeah. And then I got the rosary that I got from in there. Now with COVID, there is no more church. So if you got one of these, I was wearing this in there because I got it from there years ago and then brought it back. I never took it off a day in my life. One time I OD'd and died, and they cut the green and white one that I wore on me off. But other than that, I got every rosary they ever made: brown, white, black, gold, silver. I got every color they ever made. But it's nothing to be proud of that I've been locked up so many damn times that I have acquired all this stuff. Yes, I have a tray. I have a diabetic tray, and I'll tell you why. When I did, before I ever started taking from the jail, my man Jimmy, he goes, yo, double, because I posted a picture on Facebook with me wearing the orange shirt that I bought in there, and the sweatpants and the orange hat, and I'm standing over my bed here, and I got all type of ramen noodles, and of course, you know about the whole shebang. I see you eat the whole shebang peanuts. But hot and spicy vaginal, that's something you could only get on in jail. You can't get this on the street. See, I actually wrote ramen noodle. I said, hey, what's up with Cajun chicken? How come I never see Cajun chicken? And they told me they wrote me back. They said on the streets, Cajun chicken is called picante chicken. Now I also have
Hold on. Let me jump in here real quick. You wrote to Ramen. Ramen
Yes,
wrote
sir.
you back.
3
That's almost like getting a letter back from Santa. You know, like, oh my God, they wrote me back. You wrote them just to ask them why they don't have certain flavors, and then they explain that. Crazy.
Yes.
Look,
Institutionalized, I call it. Now the girlfriend that we share, Cactus Annie, they don't even got these on commissary no more. I remember you showing this, you're like, I'm like, ugh, because I was used to old-fashioned foods. I fell in love with Cactus Annie. I got the wraps and all that.
let me ask you something. You just did
Yes, sir.
28. You just did 28 months, right?
Yeah,
What were you
That's
locked
right.
up for?
armed robbery. And after
Oh.
28 months, I beat it. Local crackhead said that I held him up at knife point for $30, which I did not. However, I did savagely beat him with an extension cord, and I should have went to prison for that. But I could talk about it now because I beat it.
Well, yeah. So how long have you been home for?
When I first hit you up, I beat the armed robbery. My bail was $50,001 cash or 5% of $50,000 property. No bond. When I beat the armed robbery, the judge said, well, Mr. Chase, on a separate docket, because of course I always got separate dockets. He goes, on a separate docket, you have criminal contempt in the second, which means breaking an order of protection. When I catch an order of protection beef, I get the first, which is the E felony, because I get criminal contempt to the first dash previous conviction. Now I'll get dropped to a misdemeanor. I should have went to prison 9 times ago for that. But anyway, I've been lucky. Blessed.
What is that charge though that you were just saying?
It means breaking an order of protection, or
No, the breaking an order of protection. What does that mean? Like, what's the order of protection for?
Because
a girlfriend?
Me and my girl were on drugs. I caught domestic with my girl. She didn't come to court. So after that happened 3 or 4 times, the DA put an order of protection on me for 5 years, no contact, which means I can't be around her or I'm gonna go to jail. Now she was getting evicted. When I got out of jail, I got released. I was out for 2 days. I've had 4 days in the 28 months. Anyway, it wasn't straight, but it was 4 days close to straight. But anyway,
Hold on. Stop real quick. Do you got an armband on?
Look at that guy. Handsome guy, right?
Yo, man. How long?
Smiling his ass off.
How long have you been home for?
A little over a month. But when I hit you up first, the judge said, I said, will you lower my bail, Your Honor? Because I beat the armed robbery. I only had the criminal contempt. He said, Mr. Chase, if you take this plea to criminal contempt to the second degree misdemeanor today, I will consider lowering your bail. I said, will you lower my bail and allow bond? He said, well, you're putting the cart before the horse here, Mr. Chase. If you take a guilty plea, I will strongly, strongly, strongly consider lowering your bail and allowing bond. I said, guilty. He goes, all right, 50,001 cash to 2,500 with bail. So I bonded out for 250.
So you're out on bond right now?
No, I was out for 3 months when I hit you up and told you to visit me in there before you lost your privileges.
Yeah, I did get banned. Look, let me jump in here right now. Crazy to mention, you've been home for a month now. You've got the armband on. You've got the commissary food items right there by you. All sorts of prison and jail memorabilia. You mentioned that people refer to you as being shot out, which basically just means like, dude, you're institutionalized.
That's a fact.
I mean, to be wearing that damn armband after a month, I don't know if you're just wearing that for this video or whatnot, but dude, man, you got to let that jail and that prison shit go and focus on your life out here. There's
I was wearing
another
it for the video, but
okay.
honestly,
Okay.
I was wearing it for probably 2 months after I got out.
Yeah, there ain't shit cool
Alright.
about that at all. You know, just
Yeah,
to
but
be
I'll tell
real
you
with
what. You know what's funny about that? I don't even wear one of these when I'm in there because
yeah.
I'm Ronnie effing Chase. They know who I am. Now, I don't need no wristband.
Well, that's not something you should be proud of, to be honest. But look, let me mention this also. I got to address this. You mentioned the domestic situations with your girlfriend and how you had multiple ones of those. There's going to be people who watch this video who think, who are just going to call it what it is. You know, those are charges that are not looked upon favorably. They're not the bad type of charges like with kids or nothing like that. People don't like. Yeah, people don't like the domestic shit involving the females. I, commend you for at least being willing to share that. But of course, that's a charge that people ain't going to look upon too favorably. Would you care to explain anything more about it? Like,
I 100% understand. There were times where, see, me and her were on drugs. She's my ex now, not my girl. She's still on drugs. I'm clean. But here's the thing. There were times I woke up to getting the hell beat out of me. And I went to jail as a domestic abuser, and I didn't even hit her back.
And I can relate to that. I've been through that myself.
Yeah.
I've been through that myself, getting my ass kicked by a female. I mean, that's a real situation that takes place.
Did you go to jail for it?
No.
I did.
Yeah, this was a situation where, thankfully the cops didn't get called, because had they got called, I probably would have went to jail, like in your case. So there's always two sides to a story. Just because you hear something doesn't mean that it's necessarily how it sounds. I just wanted to try to clarify that to a certain degree. Look,
correct.
I need to wrap this up because this is already getting kind of long. I hope that people are going to take the time to watch this. There's going to be a lot of things that people have to say. They're going to think that you're crazy. They're going to think that, you're there. There's going to be some people who have some negative things to say. But I want to wrap this up on a positive note. If there's a silver lining to you and the things that you've done and what you've shared with us here today, you're a dude who's made a lot of mistakes in your life. You had a big problem with drugs. You've done some stupid shit in your life. You talk about that thing. You talk about that. There's plenty of people who've done stupid shit. I've done stupid shit. There's people who've never been caught for the stupid shit that they've done. Right? Some people go to jail for it. Other people, they just got good luck or whatever the case may be. You've had issues with relationships. You've had issues with jobs. You've had issues with drugs. I go back to the drugs, but here you are, 35 months clean, at least from the harder drugs. Yeah, you're dealing with the K2 and, the marijuana or whatever, and you're drinking. But you know what? If you're able to function, who's to tell you what you need to do? If that doesn't impact your daily life, which I don't know necessarily, I don't know shit about spice, but it's not my business.
They weren't doing that when you were in there?
No, they definitely were, and it was scary to see because they were getting the bad spice. And
yeah, dudes, I've seen guys swimming under their bunk. I've seen guys swimming in the shower. I've seen guys trying to hold up the stall because they think it's falling on them. I've seen guys go, "Oh, suck my dick, where's mine?" And start crying for their mother. I've seen some crazy stuff, but you know what? That's called an episode. I don't have an episode. I never did. See, the strong-minded folks don't have no episode. Them, what you seen, Joey, them are the dudes that they really can't handle it. Now, I see it on you. You're a strong-minded individual. I bet you if you did it just like me, you'd be able to think in your head, everything's gonna be all right. Everything's gonna be all right. Everything's gonna be all right.
I'm good. I don't need it, man. And you don't really need it neither. But neither here nor there. I'm not here to freaking
just like it.
I'm not here to Dr. Phil you. Look, you got a job interview coming up in a couple hours, and I wish you all the luck in the world with this thing. I want to revisit this with you next week. Let's see where a week goes with you getting this job. How you doing? And something else that I'd ask, I'm going to check out your music. I'm going to link your music in a week. Within that time frame, I'll have had a chance to put
some new music. I'll send you some new music. I got some new stuff coming out.
There you go. I'll have had a chance to get this video up there. Again, don't expect too much. There's going to be plenty of people who got negative things to say. But at the same time, I hope that people will focus on the fact that after these 35 months, you're clean and you seem to be trying to do better than what you've been through before. I wish you nothing but success. Maybe you could share a story with us next time if we get a chance to revisit this. And as we do wrap this up, anything you want to say before we end this?
Well, really quick, I've looked up to you for a while. The fact that you could get out of prison doing 7 years and say, yeah, I'm going to start an after prison show when I get out of prison. You did the right thing. You made yourself someone successful. Now you're fixing up houses, doing this, doing that, doing this. You are a very productive individual, and I look up to you for that. I'll tell you that.
You can do the same thing, man. Start with this job. Get the ball rolling. Don't let the last job hinder you. Don't let these things that you're doing on a daily basis hinder you. Like, really start putting one foot in front of the other. Make you a list of things that you want to try to accomplish on a daily basis. If you can set some small goals for yourself, accomplishing any of those things, like job interview today, go to job interview. If you can check off something on a list on a daily basis that you got accomplished, seeing that's a positive type of a trigger. At least it was for me. Can't guarantee it will be for you, but that's just a little food for thought that I want to leave you with.
On that note, I am very, very flattered that you'd like to speak to me again. Yes, as they said in the holding cell, mad times, other dudes laying on the floor. Man, you lived an ill life. I can tell you all about it. And I ain't going to hide nothing. I'll tell you the honest truth, because that's what I value in people. Joe, go ahead, man.
No, I was going to say, who knows? Maybe it could be the start to you doing videos of your own, telling your stories, the shit that you've been through. I'm sure you could do that for a long time.
Honestly, I value prison cooking. See, I cook for half the pot. Half the pot eats my food. And honestly, that's because I do things that you don't know how to. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I make potato chips in the microwave if you want to start doing that. Now, let me tell you something. You see somebody making potato chips on a newspaper in the microwave, that guy did 8 years or more, and I promise you that. On top of that,
it's different strokes for different folks too.
Jack Mac. I do that. I do all type of different stuff. And yes, it's different strokes for different folks, but I stroke with all the folks, and I cook all their food too.
That could be interpreted as somewhat suspect right there, but I'm just messing with you. Listen, look, man.
IDAF.
Hey, Double Man, a real pleasure to get a chance to speak with you today. I'm glad we were able to make this thing work. Look, keep your head up. Go get you that job. Do the right thing, man. It's good to see that you're clean. It's good to get a chance to speak with somebody who's inspired by me. Keep being inspired to do the right thing, because
very much so.
You keep doing the wrong thing, you already know what that's going to lead to. I'm going to wrap this thing up, man. Pleasure to talk with you.
Joe, how old are you?
I'm 38. I'll be 39 this year. Actually, no, wait, I'm 39. I'm 39.
I'm 30. I'll be 31 this year.
I'll be fucking 40.
Up to you very much so, man.
Jesus Christ, I'll be fucking 40.
You're the man. Yeah, I don't think about that. I just want to know how far of a comparison it was. Thank you, bro.
Pleasure. Send me a message. Let's link up again in about a week, and I look forward to talking with you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It really flatters me you wanted to talk to me. You have a great day, my man.
You as well, man. Good luck with that interview.
Thank you. I will. Thank you.
Take care.
Have a great day, Joe.
You as well. Bye.